When you picture a glacier, you might imagine a colossal, unmoving river of ice nature's frozen monument. But glaciers aren't statues. They're dynamic, powerful, and, right now, they're on the move. Some of Greenland's largest glaciers are flowing so fast, they could outpace a person walking, and a few are even faster than city traffic. Imagine, billions of tons of ice, not just drifting but racing toward the sea. This isn't a slow, ancient process anymore. It's a dramatic acceleration that's rewriting everything we thought we knew about glaciers. These ancient ice titans are sending us a message, one that's urgent and impossible to ignore. So, let's forget the image of a glacier as a sleeping giant. Instead, think of it as a living, breathing force, one that's speeding up. This is more than a story about ice. It's about the health of our planet and our future. We're heading to the front line of climate change, where the ice is telling a story we all need to hear. Let's find out why these icy giants are sprinting and what it means for us all. Greenland isn't just home to a few glaciers. It's covered by a massive ice sheet 7 times the size of the UK and over 3 kilometers thick in places. This ancient ice is so heavy, it's pushed Greenland's landmass into a bowl shape. Snowfall in the center compresses into dense ice, which gravity then pushes outward toward the coast. Glaciers act as conveyor belts, funneling billions of tons of ice from the interior to the sea. For thousands of years, this system was balanced. Snowfall in, ice out. But now, the glaciers, the drains of this icy bathtub, are speeding up, carrying more ice to the ocean than is replaced by snow. When these glaciers accelerate, the entire ice sheet loses mass faster. It's like a slow-motion bleed, but one that's picking up speed. These icy highways are the main drivers of change, dictating the fate of Greenland's ice and, ultimately, global sea levels. Understanding their behavior is crucial for predicting our planet's future. The action is happening here, and the consequences ripple worldwide. Just how fast are Greenland's glaciers moving? Take Jakobshavn Isbrion's considered brisk. It now surges over 46 meters a day. That's more than 17 kilometers a year, a river of ice outpacing a garden snail in just 24 hours. At peak speed, it's faster than rush hour traffic in major cities. And Jakobshavn isn't alone. Helheim Glacier doubled its speed in the early 2000s, and Kangerlussuaq tripled its pace in a few years. It's as if a team of sleeping giants suddenly broke into a sprint. This isn't a local event, it's a widespread trend, changing the entire Greenland ice sheet. For centuries, glaciers crept along. Now, their speeds are unprecedented. These are no longer slow, predictable rivers of ice. They're dynamic, volatile, and urgent. The Glacier Grand Prix is underway, and the finish line is the open ocean. The stakes? The future of our coastlines. What's causing these icy giants to accelerate? It's a triple threat: warming air, melting surface, and warming oceans. Rising temperatures melt the ice surface, creating lakes and rivers of meltwater. This water plunges through cracks, lubricating the glacier's base like oil under a heavy object so the ice slides faster. Meanwhile, warmer ocean currents reach the glacier's snout, melting it from below in a process called submarine melting. The glacier's front weakens, making it more likely to break apart. The result? The glacier loses its grip, accelerates, and calves off massive icebergs. It's a vicious cycle. Faster flow leads to more thinning and calving, which makes the glacier even more vulnerable to warming. Both air and ocean are working together, turning glaciers into slippery expressways. This isn't just a natural cycle, it's a direct response to our changing climate. The faster the glaciers move, the more ice ends up in the ocean. And that's where the story hits home for all of us. Why should you care about ice racing into the sea? Because when Greenland's glaciers melt, sea levels rise everywhere. The accelerated flow of ice is now one of the biggest contributors to global sea level rise. Even a few millimeters a year adds up, making coastal cities more vulnerable to flooding and storm surges. What was once a rare flood could soon become a regular disaster for cities like Miami, Mumbai, and Venice. Low-lying island nations face an existential threat, and even major cities are at risk. If all of Greenland's ice melted, sea levels would rise by over 7 meters, enough to redraw the world map. The speed of these glaciers is a direct indicator of how quickly our coastlines will change. The ripples from a calving iceberg in Greenland will eventually reach doorsteps around the globe. This is not a distant problem, it's happening now. Tracking these sprinting glaciers takes cutting-edge technology. Scientists use GPS receivers drilled into the ice to measure movement down to the millimeter. Satellites provide a bird's-eye view, mapping glacier speed and flow across vast areas. Drones fly over dangerous zones, capturing detailed 3D models and monitoring calving events up close. All this data feeds into powerful computer models, simulating glacier behavior under different conditions. By combining ground, air, and space data, scientists can predict how much faster glaciers might flow and how much sea levels could rise. This technology gives us a crucial window into the future. The more we know, the better we can prepare for what's coming. The race to understand glaciers is a race to protect our world. Greenland's glaciers aren't sleeping, they're racing, and their speed is a wake-up call for us all. These icy giants are some of the most sensitive indicators of our planet's health. Their acceleration is a clear signal that our world is changing fast. What happens in Greenland doesn't stay in Greenland. It affects coastlines and communities everywhere. The data from scientists and satellites gives us the knowledge we need, but only if we act on it. The glaciers are sending a warning, written in speed, water, and ice. We must listen and respond, because the natural world is not a passive backdrop, it's an active participant in our future. The great glaciers of Greenland are on the move, and their pace measures the challenge we face. In the race of the glaciers, we all have a stake in the outcome. The time to pay attention is now.